This is how we got our planning application over the line. Welcome back to another video in our renovation series. We are turning this bungalow into a 2-story, 6-bedroom house here in South Manchester. Our builders spent 7 months last year demolishing the house and completely rebuilding. So right now we have a shell, a watertight shell minus the windows. We took a break during the winter, but we are back this summer doing a few jobs each month. Well, our builder is anyway, and we do hope to start doing a few bits ourselves as well until winter, when hopefully we can move in one form or another. So in my last video, I did a video on costs. If you haven't watched that, then go and watch that. It's a really honest video on how much it cost us to get to this point. And this video, I'm going to give you the 2 updates that we've done recently. So one of them is the stud walls upstairs, and then the other is this roof and this roof. Now, these may look quite insignificant, but actually I believe they are a reason of how we got our planning approved. Wow, it is so hot and sunny outside the front of the house. So I'm just going to talk to you from here around the back of the house now. So with our planning applications, it took 3 applications and 1 full year for our planning to be approved, which obviously we did not expect. We did start with using an architect, but we didn't quite have the same vision, and then there was some issues with the submitting of it, our first application. So we then went ahead and did our first and our second application ourselves. So I'm going to show you them now. They are not great designs, I'm well aware, when we look at them in hindsight. But I think the main thing that I wanted to share with you is that we were really focused on obviously getting the most inside space, the most internal space, especially upstairs. Therefore, we didn't think about doing kind of an recess or an indent in the walls whatsoever. And that is essentially one of the reasons that planning kept rejecting our application. And now, to be honest, now I can see why, because we just had a completely flat front. Although on our first design we did want a porch, but they didn't like how far it came out into the drive. So that was a bit of a shame. For our third application, we finally went to a consultancy, which we wish we'd done earlier. We went with PJH Architectural Services. So I really recommend them. I will leave their link below if you are having trouble with your planning application. And essentially they looked at the other houses on our street, looked at the design we wanted, and we kind of came up with a bit of a compromise. And one of those changes was doing an indent or a recess above the garage and then putting that little roof on top. Now, of course, initially that wasn't something we wanted to do because we were taking quite a big chunk from our family bathroom, but we took their advice, and once we started to get used to the look of the house like that, we realized that actually it does look good. And actually we started noticing a lot of other houses, and we noticed that a lot of people have that. They pull back the garage, the roof, the wall over the garage, and it just gives it a little bit more shape, a little bit more character. And actually the other thing that we'd been really struggling with was, as you can see from the front of our house, we have very large windows. That was something we really wanted, but we didn't want a large window over the garage because we knew that would be the bathroom window. We didn't want a big frosted window over there. So by pushing it back a little bit, it allowed us to do a smaller, more kind of modest window, but without it looking too strange, because it's not right on the front of the house in comparison to the other 2 or 3 big windows that we have at the top. So I feel like your eyes don't really go there when you're looking at the house, which is obviously good because it's a frosted bathroom window. So we took this design to the planning officers. We really loved this design, to be honest. It had the 2 big gables on the side. However, the planning officer didn't like the 2 gables, and we then worked with our consultancy to take away one of the gables on the side, and again then to add a bit more, I think, really character and layers, we then added that little roof on top of the front window on the right hand side. That was also something that we didn't really want to do, because again we really wanted the look of the gable, but honestly we were at a point where we were just like, we want to get this planning over the line. And one of the pluses of going with a consultancy was that they managed to speak to the planning officer, and the planning officer allowed them to do that change with us by removing that whole gable without like declining it first and having us reapply. So that was a huge plus, and we'd never really got that kind of communication from the planning officer before, even though we tried with our first and second application to say, look, what can we do? And we hadn't really had that feedback. So if you are struggling to get your planning approved, I would really recommend firstly actually going with a consultancy. We paid 3,700 for ours, mostly because we'd already got a lot of the design, so we didn't have to start from scratch with them. If you start from scratch, it is going to cost a bit more, but honestly, like, we're paying rent, we're paying a mortgage on top that even just like paying a chunk kind of saves you a chunk later on because it gets it done quicker, if you know what I mean. That's at least how it was for us. But yeah, it's really interesting, these two little roofs that we just had finally roofed. This is what it looks like for quite a while over winter before we started back with the work this summer, and it has made a huge difference to the house. It has given it a lot more layers and kind of textures and character, which I think is what the officers wanted. So although we have taken some space from upstairs, I think it was a compromise I think we had to do, so that's where we were at with it, but I wanted to share that because I think it was a huge step for us, a huge learning curve for us, and yeah, I wanted to pass that on to you. So that was just something that we got done, which made us feel like we were really making progress. And then the second thing is the stud walls. So as I said, we are doing a few things each month to finally get us in the house. And we decided to do the stud walls. They weren't a huge priority, to be honest, but the cost was £5,000, which if you compare to what we need to pay for the windows soon was like £25,000. It was something that we thought, you know, it's not actually that high. Let's get them done. And I feel like it was a bit self-indulgent because we knew it would feel like a huge step forward without one of the huge payments that we have got to make coming up. And it definitely has, because being able to see the layout is super cool. And the other reason we wanted to make sure that we get them done is because we are planning to move upstairs in winter and probably not have the downstairs finished. We spent a while deciding should we move upstairs or downstairs, but we figured that the upstairs is going to be cheaper to complete in terms of the flooring isn't going to cost us as much, because we've been looking at like laminate flooring, wood flooring. Downstairs we want like big stone tiles, and also we just have more separate rooms for us all to live in. Like the kids can actually have their own bedrooms rather than them kind of camping in a living room and then having to move upstairs a few months later, for example. So let me show you around and what the layout of the house is upstairs. So obviously we're going to have our front door here, and we're going to have the stairs the other side to where the ladder is, and you'll come up and then you're going to go into what is going to be our wing of the house, mine and my husband's. So this is our bedroom door. Right in front of us is the ensuite. So this is going to be our bedroom with a very large window overlooking the garden. This will be a wall for the ensuite. Our door will be around here. And then this kind of L shape is going to be our dressing room. Here we've got 1, 2, 3 doors which lead into 3 separate bedrooms, and these are all the exact same size windows for our 3 boys. This was something we felt super passionate about. We didn't want any one of the boys to have a slightly bigger bedroom. We didn't want like the oldest to have the biggest one, the little one to have the littlest one. We just wanted the exact same size down to the millimeter, and that is what they've got. And they're going to run kind of all along the house. And then here we have a hallway. Initially this room did come out kind of flush with this wall here, but we decided that was way too big of a room because this is the office. We've had a few change-ups of layout since designing this house, and I must say that's the 1+2 taking your time, just taking our time, is that we've changed a lot. And then as we go out of the office, we're going to do a bit of a chill out seating area. We're also going to do like a built-in cupboard here, which is going to have the manifold for the underfloor heating, and then up like something up here maybe for like towels and laundry bits like that. And then this is our family bathroom. So underneath here, we're going to have the bath, the shower in this corner, toilet, and then around here, just in this kind of really perfect gap in the wall, we're going to have the sink. And then something that is very exciting, we didn't initially expect to have this in the house, is our laundry room. So it is not huge, as you can see here, but we're going to have the worktop along this side, and then I guess I'm going to have some kind of like fold down ironing board, and then I can just do all of the laundry in here, hopefully, inshallah. So I am in the stage of thinking about kind of bedroom designs, especially for the kids. And as I said, that's one of the reasons why I was really excited. We decided to move in upstairs. I mean, this is what we're thinking right now. Everything always changes, but I feel like the kids can have their 3 rooms, we can have our room, and we're going to use the laundry room as like a temporary kitchen. We've got the bathroom right next to it, so we're going to have like the bath and a sink in there in terms of washing things up, and then probably we'll use the office as like a living room, and then the dressing room my husband can use in an office for a while, because that's definitely not going to be a priority, the dressing room, to get finished. So other work that is happening this month is the drainage. They're currently digging out the drainage right now, and I'm going to talk about that in my next video, because we already had to pause. We had to pay more to get a report done and everything like that, so I'm going to fill you in on that. And then we also had our garage fully dug out as well, because we've had to really change that up because of the height of the house compared to the back garden, which I think is probably an issue that a lot of people have as well. We've kind of found a way around that, which meant having to dig down further. So I'll share more about that in my next video as well. But thank you so much for watching this video. I do hope that it's been helpful if you are looking to get your planning approved, and if you are renovating a house and you're going through all of the stages like we are, then I do hope it's helped. Please do give this a like and subscribe, and you can find more of our renovation series, including costs, including plans and our process, on my channel.